Hello and welcome to Shut Up, We're Getting Married, episode 6. Today we are going to be talking about DIY and if you should DIY stuff at your wedding. So today's episode is called To DIY or Not to DIY.
Or as you keep calling it, to die or not to die.
To die or not to die, because I thought it was a good play on to be or not to be.
Yeah, I know.
I know, we've been through this, so... But yes, to die or not to die.
Okay, so for the word of the week this week, we couldn't think of one that we wanted to do because we were like, we don't want it to be DIY. One, because logistically, DIY is not a word. And also, we thought if we can't say that, there's not really something else that we can kind of replace it with. And Luke is wearing a medal today because he did a half marathon earlier. So he wants me to take the point automatically as a reward for him running a half marathon earlier.
Yes, I do. So we are bending the rules. This week, without even saying a word, I have won. It is now 4-1 in the scores, and I am back on track. Okay, hello everyone, and welcome to Shut Up, We're Getting Married. We're going to be starting the episode now and just chatting everything through, but I've got a few announcements to make before we start. The first thing is I want to give a shout out to Tom Croft. You know who you are. Pippa's brother is an avid listener of the podcast, and he said last week was the funniest episode we've done yet, didn't he?
Yeah.
So I want to give a shout out to him. I want to say hello, Tom.
Hello, Tom.
Welcome, and thank you for tuning in. That was first. Second thing, you might notice that we're holding the mics this week as if we are, I don't know,
interviewing each other or something.
Interviewing each other. We just couldn't get them to sit right, could we?
No.
Couple more brief news outlets.
How many?
2 more. I did run a half marathon. I know it's already been said, but I just want to say it again. This is my medal. I ran it in under 2 hours, and I'm very proud of myself. And the last thing is, thank you for joining us today, because this is mine and Pippa's 6-year anniversary.
6 years and 1 year since we got engaged.
Yep, 1 year yesterday since we got engaged and 6 years today. So it's a very special episode for us. We're going to go out for a meal and celebrate in a minute, aren't we?
We've both half got ready.
We're half ready and we're going to go in a minute after this, aren't we?
Yes, I can't wait because I'm starving.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining us. We really, really do appreciate it. Really special episode for us, isn't it?
Yes.
On our journey. So we're going to start with some thoughts on DIY. Now I've done all my talking for the episode really now because I'm going to hand you over to the most creative person I think I have ever met. She is, you are just amazing when it comes to like DIYing arts and crafts, aren't you?
Yeah, I just have this real sense that I can do anything I put my mind to. That's not even just DIY, that's just in general in life. And I really, really despise then having to pay for things that I feel like I can do myself.
Yeah, she's honestly like Superwoman. I mean, when we moved in this flat, there was nothing in it at all. I went on a job for 3 months. I didn't visit the flat at all. I came back and the flat was entirely painted, redecorated, furniture was in. It was a livable space in 3 months, and she did it all by herself. So this episode's for you, really. You're going to be doing all the DIY for our wedding.
Yep.
I may help occasionally, but I wanted to get your thoughts on it. What do you think about DIYing a wedding? Is it tacky? Should you not do it? Or are there things that it actually can really work for?
I don't think it's tacky. Do you like how I've got my microphone, by the way?
It looks really good, yeah.
Thanks.
Really nice. It's a great idea.
I think it's tacky at all. I think, one, it saves money. Like I said, I don't want to pay for things that I can do myself. 2, it's fun. I enjoy doing that kind of stuff. Gives us something to think about and work on for the next year and a half or so.
Yeah, and I totally agree. I don't think it's tacky at all. I was just going from a point of view where some people might think it is, but I totally agree with you. I think, and there are stuff at weddings that you really can get away with doing as a DIY,
Yeah, and we've
isn't
had to
there?
be quite boundaried, or maybe I've had to be quite boundaried because I know on the day I'm not going to have as much time as I think I have. So not to take on too much.
No, but I think that's my job, and we can get the Stooges involved with that.
No, but do you remember like with when we were talking about like what we would pay
Can I
for?
just?
I know
Sorry to
you
interrupt.
mention them every
No, but we've
episode.
never called them the Stooges before we started.
I
Shut
don't
up, we're getting
know.
married, and now they're just known as the Stooges, which is really strange.
By you.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry. Carry on.
No, when we were originally talking about it, do you remember we're like, oh, we can do these decorations in the ceremony room and we can do this, that, and the other before. And it was like, actually, no, we don't want to do that because we're going to be super busy the morning of. We don't want to then be stressing about doing that on top.
Yeah, we don't kind of want to be setting up stuff in the venue,
Yeah.
anything that we don't need to. You want to be with your friends, getting
Yeah.
ready, everything like that. And I kind of want to arrive and kind of maybe drop a few things off here and there, but really be focusing on,
Enjoying the day.
enjoying the day, yeah.
Yeah.
And the massive commitment we're about to make to each other and having a lovely time with our friends and family and the people, we care about most. But yeah, I genuinely wouldn't entertain the idea of DIYing anything if I didn't have Pippa with me, because yeah, like I said, she's just incredible at it. So I guess my next question for you, I feel like
This is an
I'm
interview.
interviewing
Yeah.
you this week. I feel like I should put the mic to you. Because it feels like I'm just asking you, but I know nothing about this, so as everyone knows.
Yeah, I'll take the lead.
So I wanted to ask you, what are we at the early stages of what we've discussed looking at DIYing for our wedding, and how are we going to pull it off?
Well, we have already done save the dates.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Okay.
Let's unpack that.
All right.
How did that happen?
Because I can't remember how it happened, but I know that when you buy them, I think there was ones that I really liked. So my Pinterest board has been just the vision, hasn't it? We've
It
been
really
relying
has.
on the Pinterest board for all of this, all of the ideas that we've had. And I saw these save the dates that I really liked on Pinterest, and they were linked. So I clicked on the link, and it was something insane, like £100 for these save the dates.
Yeah, I just want to really butt in here and say something that's completely off the cuff. Is that honestly, and I know money was last week, but I'm going there. They just add a zero to things. I mean, save the dates. I thought it would be like 20 quid. We looked and it was
Well,
like,
that's what they were.
yeah, eventually. But I'm saying say that I just thought it would be like, right, buy them. Yeah, it'd be 20 quid. It was like £100. I
Yeah.
was like, are you joking?
Yeah.
Sorry, babe. Carry on, please.
Yeah. So save the dates. Yeah, I saw these ones on Pinterest and I really, really liked the look of them. I was like, yeah, that's such a cool idea. Let's go with that. And linked them. And like I said, way more expensive than I thought they were going to be. So I was like, do you know what? I can do it myself. I can make something that looks just like that. And then I made something similar, didn't I? This was literally months ago.
Yeah, you made a prototype that I really liked.
Yeah. And you were like, let's do them now. And I was like, no.
Yeah, because I just get ahead of myself.
Yeah, and this
just
was
won't
like
do
2
it.
years in advance, or like a
It
year and 11 months.
literally was like a year and 10 months in advance.
Yeah. And I was like, no, because we're not going to hand them out that far in advance. And I will go off the idea by the time it comes around. And what happened?
You went off the idea by the time it came round.
Yep. And then I saw another one that I liked again on Pinterest and remade something like that.
And if Pippa can just reach over her left arm, we'll be
Oh, do you want me
able
to get
to, obviously, if you are listening on Spotify, you will not be able to see this. But for all the viewers on YouTube, all
Hang on.
6 of you, we we will be able to show you our save the date. Here it is. And we are in the process now of handing these out to people that are invited. It's all signed off, isn't it? We've done it. We tried to do it like a Polaroid, didn't we?
No,
Well, you.
a photo strip. Like
That was it. A photo
the
strip.
original
Yeah.
one was a Polaroid, and it has its pros and cons because it is slightly different to what I had in mind. I didn't have complete control of what I wanted it to look like, as in the size of it, but it's fine. It does the job.
I think it looks absolutely brilliant. It's got 3 pictures of us at one of our close friends' wedding that was taken by the photographer that we are using.
Yep.
And it's got the little date on the back, and it's small, and it's
They're
not
not
this
that
massive.
small.
No, but they're not huge. They're not this massive thing that we're giving to people. It's just this little, thing to say, save this date. This is our wedding day. I hope you can make it, kind of thing, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the only issue, is just the size. I just wish it was a bit smaller.
Yeah, but I really like it.
I've said that to you, and it's fine.
Yeah, and how much did we spend in total on those save the dates, and what did we get for it?
Including postage.
Including postage.
It was like under 30 quid.
It was under £30, which is 15 quid each.
Yep.
Didn't even bat an eyelid. Didn't even touch the sides.
And that was for 50.
And that was for 50 save the dates. And and with save the dates, you don't give them to everyone coming. If 2 people are coming but they're from the same household or something, you give them one and you just go, look, that's for both of you. Save the date and come along.
Oh yeah, you gave one to your family, and that's for 4 people.
That's for 4 people, yeah. I might give my sister a spare one, but we'll see. But yeah, just things like that. Okay, so that's something we've DIY'd, and that's kind of pre-wedding day.
Yeah, but we can also go down that pathway and plan to go down that pathway with everything else similar. So that is like actual full invitations, menus, name cards. What other things? Order of service. I don't know if that's the same thing.
Well, you are racing ahead now, darling, because I was going to ask you about some what I was going to move on to now is obviously that's pre-wedding, but I was going to say stuff for the actual day.
Oh yeah, they're all on the day,
right? So you've just said a lot of stationery there. What did you say? Say them again for me.
So invites is pre.
Yep.
But then we will also have menus, place settings, so like your name card, order of. I don't know if order of service is like a big thing or an individual thing that we give everyone. We can talk about it.
Yeah,
that's an option. I've found somewhere where you can kind of get your tissues done, like little tissue bags,
that's
and
nice.
Little flower petal bags and stuff.
So can I ask you something then, just on the invites?
Yep.
These obviously have to have more tummy loving care than the save the dates, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we have to really look into that and what they are. I'm a bit daunted by the invites.
Why?
I just feel like there's a lot going on, isn't there, within it? You've got to give. No? What has got to be on an invite?
What we're going to do, and I don't know if you're aware of this yet, but what we're going to do is we're going to have just a generic invite, or maybe 2 generic invites. One for day people and one for evening people. And
I was not aware of that. And it's my wedding.
On the invite, there'll be a QR code.
Again, not aware of that.
Which will link to our wedding website.
Again, not aware of
that. And that will have all.
Is this the vision?
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
That will have all the more details. So people can then RSVP on the website.
Yep, I love it.
They don't need to send anything back. People can put dietary requirements on the website.
I love it.
There'll be any information about getting to the venue, taxis, hotels nearby, dress code,
brilliant.
Times.
Okay, I love it. And if you're, in charge of this, I feel like it's going to be it's going to look great. It's going to look slick. It's going to look fantastic.
Yeah, of course.
So, okay, I want to move on. Gift ideas. money, man. I'm joking. I want to ask you something else now. We've spoken about the little things, the save the dates, the invites, all them kind of things, right? I want to ask you about a big one here, because something we're going to do, which is really bold, is we are going to DIY our own flowers.
Yep.
And that idea stemmed from the fact that we had a meeting with a florist and we got a ridiculous
I think
quote.
We've said this already.
And we thought we can do it. So tell me what we are going to DIY with the flowers, babe.
Well, I think I think artificial flowers, just for hassle's sake. I think we're just going to get a shit ton of artificial flowers.
Okay, thanks for swearing. So unnecessary.
Since when is this a child-friendly podcast.
It wasn't, but Jesus, look. Max is looking at you right now, like, Mum.
Fuck off.
Oh my God! Right. Once again, I do apologise. Carry on.
We're going to get a ton of flowers, artificial flowers, and make it ourselves.
Yeah, and what are we going to do? We're going to do centerpieces.
Centerpieces and bouquets and what is it? Pocket buttonholes.
Buttonholes. Yes. Is that it?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. I didn't know that was it, but that doesn't sound like too much of a big task.
Nah. And if it's artificial as well, you can do it like a few weeks in advance.
Yeah.
Take your time with it.
Take your time with it, and we can do it exactly how we want.
Yeah. There might be a few other little bits that we add to that, like if we want any decorations on any like signs or anything.
Yeah,
but...
do you know what I think? I think it's just, this is going to be, you've got the talent and the arrangement and all that kind of stuff. I think it's just going to be about effort. And I think if we just put in a little bit of effort, we'll do it.
Yeah,
and,
and we'll have help. It
literally
won't even...
thousands of pounds.
You will not do a thing, but like my mum's the same as me, isn't she? Like she loves little jobs like that. She loves doing little things like that. Oh, yeah. And she wants jobs to do. She's already saying like, is there anything that I can make?
This was really adorable.
That I can like prepare? And I'm like, well, it's a bit soon. But she's been looking into like flower arranging courses.
And what did she do? Tell everyone what she did.
What?
She sent you. She sent you the message like, should we go to this?
Yeah, she was like, would you want to do a flower arranging course with me? Because thinking about like doing flowers and like DIYing it and stuff like that, like learning how to do the arrangements and how to make them look nice. Isn't that lovely?
I think that's so cute, and I think you too, and your little flower arrangement course would be lovely to do and have some fun with.
Very patronising.
Oh, was it?
Your little flower arrangement course.
Oh, I'm sorry if that did come across as patronising. I didn't mean it patronising at all. I think it is. I think it's really lovely. But I meant little by... Well, I hope it's not a 2-week... I was thinking it would be like an 8-hour session.
No, I reckon it's over a few weeks.
Jesus. Okay, I thought it was like you go there for a day, you rock up at 10, you leave at 5, and that's that.
No, I think it's evenings. Like you go for like an hour in the evening.
Okay, well that's what I meant by little. I didn't mean like, a little course.
Yeah, little flower course.
I meant like a little, one day, that's it kind of thing. But okay, well, yeah, I just thought that was so nice. So, yeah, well, there's some of the stuff that we're going to DIY. I wanted to ask you now, babe, about one more thing, which is about kind of signage. How do you feel about this?
I don't know. I don't know. I feel like we can't DIY the sign, but then maybe there are things that we can DIY. Like I just got sent a TikTok literally just before this.
It was uncanny, wasn't it?
Yeah.
We were literally setting up and then you started listening to a TikTok about it and I was like, what?
Where they'd used a mirror to like DIY a sign and they'd got like all the letters, I don't know what they're called, like sent to them off of like Etsy and then arranged them on this mirror really nicely for their like table seating plan. And I think we want like a fun seating plan, don't we? So we might have to get a bit creative with that.
I want the donut one.
Donut?
Wasn't there the wall? Seating plan. What was the donut wall? Is that something different?
I have no idea.
Do you remember no, they had champagne.
Yeah.
But we wanted donuts.
No, they had champagne for their seating chart.
Oh yeah, that was cool.
So you'd take a glass of champagne and it had a little tag on it, like table 4.
I mean, that was so cool. And I mean, something just going a bit off piece here that we saw at this wedding we went to. I don't know if I've told everyone this. Probably have. But it was, you know how people like write in a book like a message for
you have mentioned this already.
It was like a phone call and you could like leave them a message. And I just like saying like, hi, thanks, congratulations. And I just think that's such a wicked idea. I think we're going to incorporate that on it. But they are like 300 quid, them phones. Yeah, 250. But I think they'll look really cool. And I think it'll be really nice and have that phone forever. Do you know what I mean?
I thought it was like 80 quid.
No, I think there were quite a lot. Depends on what one you got, I suppose. But yeah, okay. Well, this has been a really quick episode, but I'm going to move on to my last game. Now, guys, I have created a little game for today because obviously we're not doing the whole word game, banning of the word game. So I thought, I can't, I have to treat the viewers in some way to a sort of game. So I have planned a little game called... It's literally just called the name of the episode. To Die or Not to Die. And I will tell you the rules of this game. I am going to ask Pippa 6 things that she could die or not die.
DIY.
DIY or not DIY. Okay. And you are going to answer if you would do it. Okay. Now, I want to make the.
Is it if I would or if I could?
I'm just about to say this.
All right.
Okay. It's if you would do it.
All right.
But I want you to imagine that your back is against the wall in terms of finances.
All right.
I want you to imagine that there's £300 left in the budget, and either you DIY it
Or don't have it.
or don't have it.
All right.
It's not
negotiable.
all right. Some of these have already come up, so they're kind of irrelevant. But Pip, I don't want you to just answer. I want you to give a reason as to why. The first one is confetti.
Yeah, easy.
How would you go about doing that?
I would get tissue paper and cut it into strips first of all, and then cut it the other direction. So you got little tissue paper rectangles, and then just put them in a little bag.
Okay.
Easy peasy.
Easy peasy for number one. And then I'm going to ask you one more follow-up question on them.
All right.
I'm going to say, would you rather DIY it or not DIY it?
Well, I hate to kind of be that person, but I don't think we're allowed confetti at our venue.
Okay. Kind of destroys my first one there. Lovely. We'll move on to, again, I think this one's already come up, and I think I know the answer. Place cards.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty easy one, isn't it?
Yeah, but there's so many cool things that you see on TikTok about how you can make little interesting place cards. So
yeah, and I do you know what I reckon? I reckon that's another one where you'd look up place cards online and it would be 60 quid for 60 place cards, or 100 quid for 60 place cards, and then buying a bit of card and printing on them the names of people would be like £4.
Do you know what
Do
though?
you know what I mean?
That's one I reckon would be so tedious, because imagine like doing it like 60 times over, all with different names and stuff like that.
Yeah.
What if you get one wrong or spell someone's name wrong or something like?
Yeah, that would be long, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. This one is a very, very rogue one, to the point where I can't even believe I'm going to say it.
Is it wedding dress?
No. Vicar.
What does that even mean?
Now, hear me out. What I mean by DIYing a vicar is like having a friend do it. So not like having an actual like person.
I also,
like in Friends.
I don't think we have a vicar.
No, I didn't know the word, so I just put
Minister?
vicar. Well, in Friends when Joey marries them.
I would do that.
Okay, would you?
Yeah. I don't know who
I want you
would
to
get
name
though.
for me now 5 people in our friendship groups that are potentially watching. You haven't just turned that off, have you?
No, I just clicked it by mistake.
Look at the blue light. Is it on?
Yeah, it's on.
All right.
I apologise if there was a noise.
Ruin the whole podcast
No, I
now.
haven't.
I'm joking. Of course you haven't. Right. I want you to name 5 people now
Yep.
in our group, or like your group, or like people we know in our lives that you would trust with that job. Go. 10.
No, you
No,
can't give me a
I'm joking.
countdown.
Go on.
5 people.
5.
I
Go.
don't know, because it's meant to be someone who's like significant to both of us, isn't it?
So go.
And even though like I'm friends with your friends, they are your friends, and even though you're friends with
All
my
right.
friends, they are my friends.
Yeah. Okay.
No.
How about this? I'll throw some names at you. You'll say yes or no.
Do you know who it was? Like literally the first person that comes to mind, which is the first person for every single job we have had throughout this wedding.
I know exactly who you're gonna say.
Yeah,
Name him by his full name.
George Frederick White.
George Frederick White, because he just gets shit done, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He's a good bloke like that.
Every job,
Do you know-
every job, we're like, George can do that.
Yeah. What do you reckon to my dad? I reckon he could do a number on the odd vicar job.
Yeah.
Yeah, I reckon he really could. He's got that kind of somber feel to him, hasn't he?
Do you want them to be somber?
Not really, but they always are.
Your dad's not somber either. He's just a bit quiet.
No, I'm only joking. He's just quiet. I think I was only kidding with the somber thing, by the way, if you're listening, Dad. I love you. No, I was going to say, I think that, I think he could I just see him in that kind of role. Do you know who really wouldn't do a good job?
Who?
My mother. Mum, if you're listening, which you definitely are, my dad has definitely never listened to one of these episodes. My mum's listened to every one. I don't mean that in a bad way, Mum. I just feel like there would be a kind of, I don't know, an interlude where 6 or 7 dogs would come down the aisle. There'd be like a I think she'd get very emotional as well. I think my dad would be able to distance himself from it. Anyway, moving on. Oh yeah,
Who else?
George could definitely do it. I think Bray could do a good job on it. A couple of Stooges there. Tom Sexton would be a good one.
He came to my mind as well.
Tom Sexton would be a good one. Funny how no one knows who these people are. Your brother, Tom Croft.
Shout out number 2 in one episode.
Shout out number 2 in one episode. Could he do it?
No.
I don't think he's up to the task. We've give with one hand and taketh away with the other, really, there, haven't we?
Yeah.
We've called him out at the start of the episode,
Sorry,
and now we've
Tom.
just absolutely shat on him there.
You don't make the cut.
No.
What about Phoebe?
No way.
What do you mean?
No, Phoebe, we need life and soul of the party. We can't be her delivering the service.
She'd be hilarious.
She would be absolutely hilarious, but we need her to be doing like a kind of reading or something, or maybe even a song or something like that. Eve could do a good job.
You're thinking of like...
I'm thinking of people that will take it seriously.
People would take it seriously.
No, I think everyone would take it seriously, but I'm thinking of people that I think could, like, you know, really go in there and deliver a service, you know?
We just don't have like that person that knows us both on the same level. That's I think the issue.
Okay, but it could be done.
Yeah, 100%.
All right, cool. We're only halfway through this game. Brilliant. Photo booth.
No.
Well, you say that. Hear me out. What I was looking on my research 4 minutes before we started this podcast about photo booths is like they made a little like photo area outside, and it had like, you know, one of them like, not Instagram, but you know, like you
yeah,
like
props.
a frame,
Yeah,
a big
yeah,
frame, and it had props, and you like kind of put the frame in.
No.
And done it. No. Yeah.
Not the vibe.
No. All right. Fair enough. We've already touched on this. Bouquets.
Well, yeah, that's what I am doing.
Yeah, I didn't know we were doing the bouquets.
Who else is doing them?
I don't know. I kind of, the flowers have really. I'm just not involved in that part of the party. I will never call our wedding a party again. I apologise. You ever seen that?
Yeah.
Well, I don't ever call my wedding a party. No, I'm not involved in that part of it. The flowers, and I thought we were just doing the centerpiece. I didn't know we were doing the bouquets as well. So that's
where
my
are the
mistake.
bouquets coming from?
I don't know. I thought we were going to buy them.
Buy
But
them from
fine.
where?
I don't know. Sainsbury's or something. Okay, my last one is the biggest one. I saved for this because I really know how precious you are about this. Ceremony backdrop.
What?
Ceremony backdrop.
Yeah, I would do that.
You would DIY the ceremony backdrop?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Because we've got, for context, guys, we've got these lovely
Blossom trees
that are going to come over the top of us as we tie the knots. Are we doing it in a heart shape?
No.
No, they're
No,
just
no,
coming
no,
over
no,
the top and joining, aren't they?
Yep.
And they're
How
lovely white
romantic.
colour. They're white, aren't they?
Yes.
Yeah, and we love them. And we just saw them. And they were actually like set up on the day we went to the open day.
Yeah, yeah.
And we were
got
just
the
like,
full, the
brilliant.
full image.
Yeah, the white ones, exactly how we wanted them, not hearts, like joined up. And I just thought you loved them so much, we're so precious with them. I thought that's something you'd be like, no, I'm having them ones. They are. I don't care what's in the budget. That's going on that.
Some of the other ones some of the florists we spoke to, and they did like those circle ones or like rectangular ones where it's like flowers in the top corner and the bottom diagonal corner or something like that.
Yeah.
Something like that I reckon I could do. But it was also about kind of like transportation, because we wouldn't be able to transport it whole.
Not in my
and
little
it
Yaris.
goes back to that point of the morning of having to put it together, which I don't want to do.
No. And that's the thing as well. It's just, you could do it. I've no doubt. I mean, as I say, you've rejuvenated the whole flat.
For someone else's wedding, hit me up.
Yeah, I think if you are listening to this and you are getting married or engaged or thinking about getting married, bookmark this, because she is a machine. And if you want to hire her out at a small expense of
£2,000.
I was trying to say £7,000. No, seriously. She will, not do anything, but,
I can do anything.
No, don't say that, because you'll be doing someone's whole wedding in a minute. But if
for
there
the
is
right price.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. Well, yeah, we'll see. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, on our 6th year anniversary, that draws us to a close of the DIYing episode here on Shut Up We're Getting Married. I've had a ball this one, haven't you?
It's literally felt like an interview.
It has been an interview. That's why I got all my stuff out at the start about my half marathon that I ran in under 2 hours
all your
today.
News updates.
Yeah, exactly. All my news updates. Shout out Tom Croft. And then and then allowed you to speak for 28 minutes.
Thank you.
But well done.
Thank you.
Okay, guys. Well, as I say, we're gonna move on to tossing up the scores that don't exist and signing off. So thank you so much for listening, and we'll see ya in a bit. Okay, welcome back, everyone. I was totally wrong in what I've just said because we're actually going to do our tip of the week.
Yeah,
now.
we're not going to do points because we got no points. So
No.
we're skipping that bit and just getting on to
No
the
point.
jar.
We ain't got any points. Well, we have got a point. I won. 4-1, baby. Anyway.
That sounds like ASMR.
I don't think they'll be able to hear you because you didn't hold it up. But
ASMR.
maybe.
What?
I was going to get it ready for
That's a rubbish one.
you. Oh, what is it?
Do your research! Exclamation mark.
Do your research. What does that mean? What does that mean? Like, what? What do you mean?
Like, don't just go for the first thing you see.
Yeah, that's a good bit of advice.
And look into, like, the processes of everything.
Don't get ripped off.
Don't get ripped off.
Like,
yeah.
in terms of, like, you never know. You could, like, book a magician and them not turn up.
Well, I'm also thinking of things like, you know, you have to book I'm assuming they're called a minister, but I might be wrong. Someone to officiate the wedding. Yeah.
A toastmaster.
No, that's something different.
Okay.
The person who marries us.
Right, yeah.
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 That's different from a toastmaster.
Mm-hmm.
So then what they told me on the phone, because I was literally on the phone to them for so long. I was on hold for ages and then on the phone to them for ages. And they said that you have to, because we're not getting married in our borough, so we have to get someone from the borough we're getting married in to come to the wedding. But a year before, or within the year before, we have to kind of go and have some sort of, I can't even remember what it's called.
Oh, the test thing.
I don't think it's a test, is it?
I think it is when
Maybe
you ask,
it
like,
is.
what's her full name, like, what's her date of
Maybe.
birth, like, to make sure you're actually getting married.
Yeah.
Not just, like, getting married so they stay in the country.
Yeah, so we have to do, well, I don't know what it entails, but yeah, we have to go and talk to someone from our local borough
Yep.
beforehand.
Well, that's a good bit of advice.
Yeah, and you wouldn't know that unless you actually
Did
talk
your
to
research?
people and find out all the information and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
and I think, can I say something here?
Yeah.
I think also doing your research, talk to people that have had weddings.
Yeah.
Listen to this podcast. No, because like our photographer, like we've said plenty of times, is from someone else's wedding because we liked him and we're like, and then you talk to someone and they say, oh, we did this and this, and you go, oh, that's a great idea. Why don't we do that and that? It's like people have started coming to me and said, what do you guys do to save the day? I'll be like, oh, well, we did this. Here's the website. We made it ourselves. It cost us 30 quid. And then like, so doing your research can also mean, I think, talking to people who've already had it, who've been there and done it, and going, how did you get around this problem? How did you do that? When did you buy that? When did you book that in? Do you know what I mean?
100%.
What's the most important thing to book? You know, things like that.
Yep.
But yeah, okay, well, that's that. That's all we've got time for today. So I just really want to say from the bottom of our hearts, thank you for joining us on our 6th year anniversary. We're going to go for a curry.
Yep.
Please follow us, like, subscribe, follow us on social media, TikTok, Spotify, YouTube, whatever you can to help support us on this incredible journey. We're really loving doing this. I am. And all the lovely messages that come in from our friends saying, you know, that they really enjoy the podcast is so lovely to hear. And we just love doing it on a Sunday night. So have a lovely, lovely rest of your day. And we will see you soon. Goodbye.
Bye.